everyone. It is so nice to see all of you here. I am honored to introduce Walter Thorne from the Albany Business Review as our MC for the evening. We're thrilled to have Walter, so welcome.
All right. Good evening. My name is Walter Thorne. I'm the market president and publisher of the Albany Business Review, and I will be your MC for tonight's event. Tonight we join to support the Community Loan Fund's ongoing incubator building expansion at 255 Orange Street. For 38 years, the Community Loan Fund has sought to provide equitable access to capital and economic opportunities across the region to women, people of color, and low-income individuals. Because of all of you in attendance, they are able to continue providing these important services. In 2022, the ACES Incubator was chosen as an Albany Business Review Diversity in Business honoree for their economic and social support of underrepresented groups. At that time, it was shared that in a typical year, more than 500 minoritized and women-owned businesses are helped through training programs, workshops, and counseling. More than 500, that's incredible. Give them a hand for that. In their diversity in business profile, Linda McFarland was asked, why is ACES needed so much? And what stood out to me was her answer, and I'm going to quote what she said. Quote, "We are a diverse society, and we should have representation of all parts of that community. We also want to make sure that the people that we help know that they are valued, they are welcome, and not only in this incubator space, but in this community." End quote. Now let's take a moment to reflect on that and think about what she said. She said that they are valued and welcome. And as I stand here today and think of all that is going on in the world, I think there is no greater need than to show all the people in our community that they are valued and welcomed. Now, despite what some may think, there is still a lot of work to be done to ensure that women, people of color, low-income individuals, and entrepreneurs are able to succeed in their respective businesses. It takes all of our support to make sure that can happen. And that brings us back to why we are here today, to support the continued expansion of the incubator, so that the Community Loan Fund can increase their capacity to promote ownership of sustainable businesses by women, people of color, and those with low incomes. You can support their capital campaign by visiting their website at mycommunityloanfund.org. And there's also a QR code at the front desk that you can scan for quick access. Additionally, it is imperative that we continue to raise awareness for the Community Loan Fund and what they are doing to help women, BIPOC, and low-income entrepreneurs achieve their dreams of owning a business or running a nonprofit. Now, it's my honor to introduce our first speaker. Ruth Randall, co-owner of Green Sugar Leaf Farms, LLC, is a retired school teacher and a nonprofit executive director. A graduate of St. Rose College, Ruth formed Green Sugar Leaf Farms with her business partner, Selma Agresovich, in 2021. Their shared passion for organic, herbal wellness has proved to be worthwhile as they are currently occupying a high-volume commercial space in the New York State Concourse. Please give a round of applause and welcome Ruth Randall to the mic.
I get to hold the mic tonight. Good evening. My name is Ruth Randall, and like Walt said, together with my business partner, Selma Agresovich, we own and operate Green Sugar Leaf Farms. Tonight I'd like to tell you a little bit about our business, how it began, and what we've accomplished so far, and where we're going. Green Sugar Leaf Farms is a 100% New York State women-owned, managed, and operated herbal blend business. We have a brick and mortar store. Long days. We have a brick and mortar store, an organic tea shop on the concourse level of the Empire State Plaza right here in Albany, New York. And currently we formulate, process, package a wide variety of organic herbal teas, syrups, beauty products, and a lot more in our commercial kitchen. And we sell our products in the store and on our website, which by the way is www.greensugarleaffarms.com. We also wholesale to local farm stands and small Capital Region grocery stores as well. So the vision for our company grew out of conversations that Selma and I would have at our previous careers. We were agents for a national insurance company. We both regularly wrote life insurance policies and saw firsthand how many people were too unhealthy to be eligible for life insurance, and many others on so many prescription medications that their risk classification made it unaffordable to even purchase life insurance. We used to talk and question how our country had become so unhealthy, and are there things that humans can do to prevent most diseases? And we think, what did people do before modern medicine, before prescription medications? What did they do to live, to heal, and to thrive? So Green Sugar Leaf Farms began as an inspiration between two women, generations apart, with the similar goal of simply living our best lives. We had experienced the benefits of herbal medicines directly, and we wanted to share what we had learned with as many people as possible. So that this inspiration led to a small idea. We gave it that name, Green Sugar Leaf Farms, and began developing a business plan. We got to work manifesting that idea right away. Some of our footwork included certifications in herbalism, nutrition, and personal training. Certain recipes got worked and reworked, and we began distributing elderberry syrup to numerous family, friends, co-workers, and acquaintances. The pandemic was in full swing, and we were making elderberry syrup regularly by late 2020. At the same time, we applied for and received a New York State home processing license and began packaging a pre-measured, do-it-yourself dry elderberry kit. And they look like this. And everyone is going to receive them in their gift bag this evening. There should be more available. There are cooking instructions on the back and further instructions if you scan our QR code. But these kits are great. You just add honey and water. It's a great family project. It makes about 38 ounces of elderberry syrup. And elderberry syrup is so good for you. It's a great immunity booster. It's a great way to recover. It's full of vitamin B6, B12, vitamin C and D, calcium, niacin. I can't say enough about elderberry syrup. And if you like this kit as much as we do, we have a new subscription program on www.greensugarleaffarms.com. So enjoy. Well, moving right along, on January 21st of 2021, we officially became Green Sugar Leaf Farms LLC and began selling our product at local farmers markets, special community events, and on our website. I won't say it again. By December of the same year, we were licensed to bottle our elderberry syrup by the New York State Department of Agriculture. And to date, we continue to sell hundreds of bottles of elderberry syrup every month. By early 2022, we had been a vendor in 5 different regular weekly farmers markets in the Capital Region and more than a dozen local special events like the Hudson Valley Flower Show at HVCC and Harvest Fest at Indian Ladder Farms. We began adding tea blends to our product line, and business grew steadily. By the spring of 2022, we were offered the opportunity to rent a commercial space on the concourse of the Empire State Plaza in Albany. where thousands of New York State employees and visitors traffic daily. We weighed the pros and cons, and we began the first of many business pivots when we signed a lease with the New York State Office of General Services for our new brick and mortar store, complete with our own commercial kitchen. It was at this point in time that we sought financial help from the Community Loan Fund in order to elevate our business to the next level. It was also what we discovered to be the definition of a true comprehensive business plan. The mathematical exercises, the data collection and documentation required presented to us became a very, very steep learning curve. But with the help of Rose Bordet, Richard Lee, and Walt Brady, whose patience and perseverance with us led to a finished product, a true business plan, a plan that has become a point of reference throughout this first year of the store. I'd like to just say thank you very much to these people for your patience and assistance and guidance. Green Sugar Leaf Farms celebrated its grand opening in January of this year with local news coverage along with our social media posts on Instagram and Facebook. The traffic to our website skyrocketed and the store has consistently been self-supporting. Now it is turning a small profit, and this month we began our first principal payment. It's small, but nonetheless we paid on our principal for the first time this month, and we plan on doing that a little bit more every month looking forward. After completing almost 10 months in business at the store, our gross sales have increased by over 100%. And we are on track to see a lot more growth as our website, wholesale, and special events department grow. What began with a do-it-yourself elderberry kit has expanded to a bottled line of elderberry syrup and additional immune-boosting products like ginger, turmeric, and fire cider shots. We blend our own medicinal teas and feature a wide variety of organic herbal green, black, hot, and iced teas. We offer several organic beauty products, including lotions, lip balms, and bath salts, along with other natural beauty products. We are constantly adding to our product line and developing the Green Sugar Leaf brand. And this month, we began sampling and adding some gluten-free and vegan items from other local bakers and artisans. We want to help elevate other small businesses, and we also want to lighten our load a little bit. We plan on seeking out more local small businesses whose mission is similar to ours and whose products are outstanding, and devote part of our brand's mission to buying local and encouraging the community to do so also. We signed a lease for year 2 at the store earlier this month and are looking forward to bringing Green Sugar Leaf Farms to the next level. Thank you.
Those that know me know that I'm a very intentional person. So if you can do me a quick favor and take out your cell phones, I'm watching. Just take out your cell phones just for a quick second. And if you just want to make sure I got this right, is it Green Sugar Leaf Farms? I'm going to say it again. If you just go to that right now, just Google greensugarleaffarms.com. Save that right in your phone, your favorites, text it to yourself. You can look at it later today. But that's Green Sugar Leaf Farms. Everybody get that? Nod if you got it. All right, thank you very much. That's how we support local businesses here in the 518. Ruth, I want to thank you again. It's inspiring to hear how the Loan Fund has supported your entrepreneurial journey and supported your growth. Thank you very much for being here today. Our next speaker is Dr. Nicole McFarland. Dr. McFarland serves as an executive director of the Senior Hope Counseling, a non-intensive outpatient, not-for-profit clinic, licensed by the New York State Office of Alcoholism and Substance Abuse Services. Founded in 2002 by Dr. William Rockwood, Senior Hope Counseling offers age-specific addiction and substance abuse services to older adults throughout the Capital Region. Their work has been found and featured in the New York Times as they are the only senior addiction services clinic of its kind in New York State. Please give me a warm welcome and help me in introducing Dr. Nicole McFarland to the microphone.
Thank you, everyone. What an honor to be here with all of you today. And I hope everyone is having a wonderful evening. As it was mentioned, my name is Dr. Nicole McFarland, and I have had the opportunity to be with Senior Hope Counseling since 2004. We are the only outpatient clinic in New York State catering exclusively to older adults with substance use disorders. And the late Dr. William Rockwood and Adrian Rockwood, back in 2002, realized their age cohort was going untreated when it came to outpatient addiction services for older adults. The mission of Senior Hope is to provide quality, evidence-based, comprehensive addiction services to older adults and their families in a compassionate setting. I wanted all of you to have a visual of where we're housed. We're located at 650 Warren Street in Albany, New York. It is a beautiful facility, and a few years ago, we were fortunate enough to have an incredible donation of artwork. So when individuals come to the clinic to receive services, they are surrounded by warmth and care and beauty on all of the walls. From this picture behind me, you will see the late William Rockwood. He and his wife were true inspirations to me, to the clients, to the staff. They created such a nurturing, loving environment, and they emulated such focus on the importance of family. He and his wife met and knew each other since they were 7 years of age. It was quite remarkable. And their motto was, "Don't retire, refire." That was what they always said. The tall gentleman in the picture is W. Ryan Barr, and he has been our president for many, many years, and recently, is on leave due to medical, but these two gentlemen have been inspirations to all of us, and we have a lot of gratitude to both of them. So Senior Hope offers individual, family, and group therapy, family interventions, non-intensive level of care, and we realize that there are some older adults who still work, so we needed to expand into evening modality of care and early morning to accommodate the working older adult. We believe at Senior Hope, one size does not fit all, and that it's important to custom tailor your approach to meet the unique needs of older adults. There are several treatment approaches used, but we particularly focus on group therapy because the older adult oftentimes thinks they are alone with their plight of substance use disorders, and when they're in the group modality of care, they realize that there are others struggling and suffering, and that they too can receive the support they need by being among their same age group. We offer a wide range of groups, and we have listened over the years to our client population. And as you can see behind me, we have 11 age-specific groups, which include men's group, women's group, on-site only group, We have a hybrid modality of care due to COVID, where we have outreach to individuals who have limited mobility and need to receive services in their homes. Early on, during my experience at Senior Hope, I realized that so many older adults struggle with comorbid mental health and medical conditions. And they were in need of groups that really combined the focus and did not silo the issues related to mental health, physical impairments, and substance use disorders. So we have groups that address mental health, physical health, and recovery. We have groups that are focused on managing emotions and recovery, relapse prevention, evening reflections. We have a wide range of groups available. We also prioritize the fact that older adults came from a different generation where services were not readily available to meet the needs of individuals who were experiencing abuse, sexual, physical, and verbal abuse prior to age 18. And we really focus on adverse childhood experiences and the impact that these early experiences have in later life when it comes to addictions, medical wellness, and mental health issues. Having age-related materials in the waiting room also helps older adults feel comfortable and engaged, as well as being mindful that transportation is critical if a person wishes to come to the clinic and has limited transportation capabilities. So our staff are very sensitive to the generation that these individuals grew up in. And we often say to these older adults, because the founders laid the foundation for this comment here, what kind of legacy do you want to leave behind? Do you want to be remembered as mom or dad, grandma or grandpa who died in a drunken stupor? Or do you want to be remembered as mom or dad, grandma or grandpa who had renewed relations with their adult children and their grandchildren? And I can tell you without a doubt that when we work with older adults, it is very important to them that they leave a legacy behind that is not one where they're suffering and struggling with substance use disorders. Over the years, we have seen older adults who walk through the rooms of Senior Hope with their heads averted down, disheveled, and we realize that the flame that once burned bright within these individuals when they were in their 20s, 30s, or 40s is no longer there. And the question occurs, what is the purpose or the meaning in your life? So part of what we do at Senior Hope is to help individuals have a renewed sense of value, meaning, and purpose. Because older adults may have changes cognitively, physically, and such, but that doesn't preclude them from being vital members of their communities. So in terms of next steps, in 2019 we moved to our new facility and we're very grateful to be in that more modern environment. It's very conducive to expanding and supporting our older client population. We rolled out medication-assisted treatment because a lot of individuals who are struggling with opioid addiction and alcohol misuse are in need of medications in order to stay abstinent. And we are currently involved in collaborating with Albany Med because so many older adults are experiencing injuries and winding up in the ER and inpatient units. So our hope is to place an individual there up here so that they can help bridge and demystify what treatment is all about. We've integrated primary care and behavioral health, and we're constantly looking to explore a variety of grants to help support Senior Hope. So you may ask me what the Community Loan Fund has done for us, and I can share with you that it has made a profound impact on the work that we are able to offer at Senior Hope. It is not uncommon that when you are involved in a multitude of grants in order to diversify your funding streams, that you're waiting sometimes 1, 2, 3 months before those grants materialize. And thanks to the incredible support of the Community Loan Fund, we are able to expand our outreach in the community to help this most vulnerable population. So I'd like to give a special thank you to Linda McFarlane, Dorian Wells, Walt Brady, Michael Martin, Tina Ross, and the Community Loan Fund Board. It is an honor to work with all of you.
All right. I'm just gonna digress just here for a second. I was thinking about, have you guys ever seen like I think it's called the Grammys, or definitely the BET Awards, right? And they're singing, they have to walk down. I don't think, how do they do that? Like, I would definitely fall if I were to try to sing a song with a bunch of people watching and get down some steps. That would be pretty hard to do. To get back to a more serious stuff, one of the things as the market president of the Albany Business Review, I deal a lot with for-profit businesses. And I had no idea how nonprofits really have to operate. A lot of times nonprofits are asked to solve the world's problems, but are often underfunded. I just want you to understand that for a second. I go a for-profit business and I get an award, and a nonprofit business, and sometimes they are audited, and they're asked certain questions that for-profits aren't. So to see Dr. McFarlane, is that right? Dr. McFarlane go through this process, let's give her one more round of applause. It is not easy. All right, let's get back to it. Next up, we have Rocky Mann, who is, let's give him a hand. I thought that ended right. He is a current member of the Incubator Space, a current tenant and member of the Incubator Space. Rocky is the owner-operator of JAF Construction in Albany. Currently, his business is housed in the ACES Incubator at 255 Orange Street. The ongoing incubator expansion project will lead to more entrepreneurs just like him being able to access this needed flexible office space. Here to talk more about his experiences in the ACES Incubator, please welcome Rocky Mann.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks for coming out. I want to do a quick survey. I had this discussion with someone about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and they kept telling me about my Southern accent, right? Now, mind you, I've been listening to myself talk for over 60 years. I don't hear a Southern accent. So, hands of vote, by hand, do y'all hear a Southern accent? Okay, that settles that. Before I get started, I want to once again thank Dr. McFarlane for the work that you and your organization do. It's needed. Thank you. My name is Rocky Mann, and yes, I'm the owner of JAF Construction. I like telling people that those are the initials of my 5 daughters. I couldn't come up with a name. I couldn't get neither one of them to help me, so I'm gonna wind up hopefully being their legacy, at least whatever money I leave behind. But I also own Eating's General Contractor, which is a GC company. And I also own Man's Property Developers, which, you know, if you do your business right, you're gonna make a little money. And I'm a construction guy, so I invest my money in properties. It worked for me. And I'm also part owner of Seaborn Properties, which is a company I built with my former office manager. And that was my way of showing appreciation for all the work that she did to help me grow to the place I am now. Now I'm saying that for a couple of reasons. So here's where I am today. Now let's go back to where it all started from. I had a small office in Schenectady, and the rent was out of the roof. And we were stuck under a staircase. You know, my office was off to the side. You walk in the building, you can see my whole office. And we needed more space. And I heard about the incubator in Albany, that they help out women, minority, and small businesses. And the rent is very reasonable. So, a few years ago, I decided to rent a space there. A nice 3-office suite. So, I felt like a businessman. You know what I mean? I got a suite. You know, I don't have to see the rest of the workers. You know, I got a receptionist area. I thought that was pretty cool, you know. And when you start out in business, you need all the energy and the support you can get. And this is what I like about the incubator, right? Not that the rent is cheap, because it's very reasonable. It really is. Probably the most reasonable office space you're going to get per square foot in the capital district. That's not just it. It's the people. Yes. Let me say that again. It's the people. I love the people. You know, I can walk out of my office, right? And I can go straight across the hall to one of the most gifted women I ever met in my life. Matter of fact, she's up here now showcasing and promoting some of the work she does. Or I can go down the hall around the corner and talk to another tenant of the building. And I can just, you know, vent. Because we've been just people. You know we need to vent sometime. We might need to curse out the IRS. You know, I'm just kidding. You know, we might need to curse out the workers, but you can't do that because that's against the law. But you can go to someone in the building and just vent your frustration, you know. And some of them got couches. I don't have to pay $200 an hour. But it's the people that occupy ACES. And just to think of the new expansion, I call that ACES 2.0. Because they're going to have the new stuff, you know, the new painting, the new everything. So I don't know who is going to be fortunate fortunate enough to get into that space, but I think it's going to be pretty good. And they're building a bridge that's going to connect the old ACES to the ACES 2.0. Some of y'all call it the expansion. So I'm going to look forward to walking on that side, getting to know some of the tenants over there, and whoever get to occupy some of that space. Some of y'all might be sitting there in this audience now. I just hope you get a couch. Thank you.
He might be your next MC for next year. So that was good. That was real good. You know, entrepreneurship is it's lonely. It's a lonely experience. It's not a job. It's actually literally an identity. It runs through your body. It's who you are. He is walking around, Rocky is, as what an entrepreneur is supposed to look like. I'm very proud of you. Thank you very much for sharing that story. It's perseverance, it's structure, it's calculated. I really enjoyed that. Thank you very much, Rocky. Let's give him another hand, please. It's inspiring to hear how the incubator has supported you in your business, Rocky, and I'm glad everyone was here to hear the story and understand the direct impact of their support. Now to speak about the incredible accomplishments that the Community Loan Fund has achieved this year, please welcome Community Loan Fund Board President Patrick Gunty to the microphone.
Thanks, Walter. You made me nervous about that conduct stage, so I made sure to hold on to the railing on my way up.
No doubt.
So good evening, everyone, and thank you all for coming out tonight to celebrate the Community Loan Fund's 38 years of service to the Capital Region. As Walter mentioned, my name is Patrick Gunty, and I have the honor of being the president of the Loan Fund's Board of Directors. It's a privilege to serve this organization, which is made up of such dedicated, hardworking, thoughtful, and committed individuals. Now, before I get into all the great things that the Loan Fund has done and continues to do, I'd like to give a special shout out to Mike Martin, who organized a lot of this tonight. So please give Mike going up. So my role tonight is really simple. I just get to talk about the great things that the Loan Fund has done over the years. And so it's with great pride and excitement that I get to share with you a couple of our most significant and recent achievements. So first, and you may have noticed in your packet, this year we reached a monumental milestone. We originated our 1,000th loan, which is a feat that is nothing short of exceptional. Nothing short of exceptional for a loan of our size, or for an organization of our size. This accomplishment underscores our long-standing commitment to supporting women, low-income individuals, and BIPOC-owned businesses, as well as nonprofit organizations across the Capital Region. In 2022, our 9-week small business course graduated a record-breaking 30 students. And during the challenging times of COVID, this course was adapted to allow participants to connect virtually. This expanded our reach to students from outlying counties who may have not otherwise had the opportunity to participate. With this shift to virtual platforms, we are making the Community Loan Fund more accessible to everyone within our expansive 11-county service area. Furthermore, our dedication to training and technical assistance is evident in the fact that we served 808 clients last year and are on pace to match that number again in 2023. Over the past few years, we've introduced a series of new workshops that are specifically tailored to the pressing issues that business owners face in a post-COVID economy. Topics such as online marketing, budgeting, and hiring new employees have proven highly popular and effective in getting individuals into our classes so we can equip them with the knowledge and skills that they need to thrive. But maybe our most exciting current endeavor is one that we've been talking about a lot about tonight, which is the ongoing incubator expansion project at 255 Orange Street. There's also pictures in your book that you haven't been able to drive by, but you'll see that construction is well underway. This project represents not just an expansion of our current incubator, but also the addition of crucial amenities to the community. These include a drop-in daycare center for clients visiting the building, a state-of-the-art training and technical assistance room, and the creation of 36 affordable housing units on Clinton Avenue, a project that we're undertaking in partnership with Home Leasing. So as you can clearly see, these are truly exciting times for the Community Loan Fund, and we're definitely keeping Linda very busy. From the 1,000 loan milestone to the ongoing progress at our incubator expansion project, we remain dedicated to serving the capital region with unwavering passion and commitment. However, we would not have achieved these remarkable feats without the steadfast support of our investors, donors, and the entire community. So tonight, we celebrate together the 38 years of service to the capital region, and we eagerly look forward to the opportunities and accomplishments that lie ahead. Thank you.
I'm just gonna let you get downstairs first before I start. You know, the word that comes to my mind when I listen to Patrick is just wow. You know, he said access, resource, knowledge, and skills is what he said. And what I want to point out is the Community Loan Fund obviously funds, they give out money, but then they give you skills on how to multiply the funds that they're giving you. And that to me is a differentiator than some other folks like the Community Loan Fund. It is with great honor now that I'm honored to pass the mic to our final speaker tonight, the amazing woman at the helm of the Community Loan Fund. Recently completing her 10th year, Linda McFarland oversees the operations and management of this $26 million nonprofit community development financial institution serving the capital region. In addition to her role as executive director of the Community Loan Fund and the Albany Center for Economic Success, she serves as the capital region's Economic Development Council and is chair of the New York State CDFI Coalition. Please help me and give a round of applause to Linda McFarland.
Thank you so much, Walter. I appreciate those kind words. Well, good evening once again, everyone. This has been such a wonderful evening. I hope everyone enjoyed the food. It's from our borrowers, all borrower food, which is amazing. And I also hope you had the opportunity to come up and see some of the vendor tables up on the second floor. If you haven't, before you leave, please come up and do that. I wanted to especially thank the wonderful speakers that we had tonight, and certainly also Walter, thank you for doing an amazing job for us. I think all of us know COVID took a toll on us personally, professionally. It was quite a challenging number of years. The Community Loan Fund, from a strategic perspective, had two projects that we had planned out. One was for 2020 and one was for 2023. COVID stalled the 2020 project, but the 2023 project continued on. So now in 2023, we are working on both major projects. The first one you have been hearing about tonight, which was our stalled project, is our incubator expansion project in partnership with Home Leasing. And we are thrilled to have it actually building, but one of the problems we had with COVID was that transportation slowed, it became very expensive. Anything related to construction became very, very expensive. So we are having this building campaign because our portion of the project, just our portion, went up $1 million. And our entire site went up over $4 million. So Home Leasing has a heavier lift than we do, but we got them some grants to help them out a little bit, so we were playing nicely in the sandbox. And I want to just briefly touch on each one of our projects a little bit tonight. So our new project is, as was mentioned, connecting to our building at 255 Orange, but the address is actually facing Clinton Avenue, facing 236 Clinton Avenue. Both of our business incubators, ACES and ACES 2.0, address the needs of BIPOC and women entrepreneurs and also nonprofit organizations right here in Albany. We have amazing services that you have heard about that we can offer. We really do provide ground level services that make a dramatic difference in helping BIPOC, women-owned, and nonprofit startups and early stage businesses take important next steps in their development. Interestingly, the closest incubator focusing on BIPOC women, low-income communities, the closest one to us, is in New York City. Nothing else between here and New York. But the one in New York City called Communities America cultivates a growing community of BIPOC and women entrepreneurs, which really is focusing on igniting social change in that area. And this is part of Empire State Development's program. So I'm very proud that Empire State Development is really doing a great job in this area. And I also want to thank Empire State Development for the nice grant they gave us for our expansion project. There's another incubator that I found very interesting called Future Builds, focusing on BIPOC real estate development. So it's very specific in nature. And it is developed by Monumental and implemented in partnership with the University of Toronto's Infrastructure Institute. So if you happen to be in Canada, there you go. And real estate and BIPOC, you're all set. But this Future Builds really seeks to support mid-career BIPOC who are interested in launching entrepreneurial ventures in real estate development. Another very interesting incubator located in Seattle, Washington, is an incubator that supports entrepreneurs focusing on BIPOC in their food-related industries. It provides affordable commercial kitchen and retail kiosk space, as well as connections to market channels and building the necessary skills and experience to grow a sustainable business. One other program that focuses on nonprofit development is within the Norwood Space Center, of all places, in Norwood, Massachusetts. It would be kind of fun to develop your nonprofit in a space center, but they focus also on creating sustainable growth. These are all specialized incubators. We, here in Albany, do all of that. We have incubated nonprofit organizations, construction companies, food-related industries, a dog walking business, hair salons, nail salons, any type of business you have an interest in, we can help incubate your business. So we are very well-rounded. You don't have to travel around the country to find an incubator space that focuses on one thing. We have experience in everything, and the foundations of building a business are very similar. It doesn't matter what your business is. The foundation skills are critically important, and they're very similar. But we have a lot of experience with many different types of incubator businesses, which is why we are doing this expansion project, so that we can meet the needs of more BIPOC and women-owned entrepreneurs in the area. So it's a very exciting time here in Albany. Our second project, is the Capital Region Community Investment Trust. And David Kraft is here, who brought this idea to us a few years ago. And we spent COVID years doing a feasibility study for this project. In 2022, we bought 153 South Pearl Street, the Coliseum building, and this is our investment trust building. Happy to report it is the first community investment trust project in the state of New York, and it's happening here in Albany, and it is the second community investment trust project in the country. So really exciting stuff happening here. The Community Investment Trust is a low-dollar, loss-protected investment opportunity for residents in the zip code surrounding the area of the building. Through the Community Investment Trust, investors build equity in a thriving and diverse commercial property. The Community Investment Trust aims to help all residents benefit from economic prosperity and build community connection through financial inclusion, because we all believe that ownership matters. And ownership in a commercial property is extremely important and does amazing things for these communities. So please consider yourselves all invited to the grand opening when we have that, once we have our renovations that are needed for compliance done. And I would also like to point out, I've noticed at this table and this table over here, some of the tenants in our CIT building are here. So I encourage you to engage them in conversation about what businesses they have and how the support of the Community Loan Fund and the Community Investment Trust are going to help them to develop. So please share and engage conversation with them. This has been a very special evening celebrating our 38th anniversary. It is just wonderful to see so many of you here, and your support is invaluable to the organization. I would like to thank my board of directors for listening to my new and somewhat creative expanding ideas for community development. The Community Investment Trust was certainly brand new. And the board is very supportive and helped incorporate these projects into our strategic vision for the Community Loan Fund. So thank you to the board. I also want to thank all of our volunteers, not only the volunteers that helped us out tonight, but volunteers that help us throughout the year, for your time and your dedication to our programs. We rely on volunteers to help with our 9-week business training program and other workshops that we hold. People with areas of expertise come in, and we so greatly appreciate that, and our entrepreneurs benefit from that knowledge. And I also want to thank our staff for your commitment to excellence and to collaboration. When I'm talking about these types of new things that we want to be doing, I think some of them sit back and just say, okay, let's listen to her and hear what she has to say, because, you know, I'm the boss and they have to. But what we do is we talk through these ideas and how important they are for the communities that we serve, and everyone gets on board and goes above and beyond. And we've been able to hire 2 new staff, Ruth Kestel and Sarah Stewart, for our Community Investment Trust project. So we are growing, but we are all inclusive and very supportive of each other. We have just an amazing team, so thank you to all of the staff. Equitable access to funding, business training, child care, affordable housing, real estate ownership, these are all within reach for all members of our community. So I thank all of you for supporting the Community Loan Fund and the important work that we do. You are all a part of what we are accomplishing. As we depart tonight and step back out into a world that seems to be very angry these days, I would ask that you keep in mind, this is one of my favorite quotes, and I say it to my daughter a lot. It's actually from The Grinch. I know. I started this when she was young and we read those stories. Now she's a teenager, but it still applies. Kindness and love are the things that we need the most. So please keep that in mind as you venture back out. I would like to say good night, farewell, and as you are leaving, please take a gift bag from Green Sugar Leaf Farms. I understand that it is this syrup actually is something everyone has to try and make. But please enjoy that gift bag as a parting gift, and please continue your support of the Community Loan Fund. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you very much.